What up, fam? Brick Veterans P-51D Mustang 332nd Fighter Group. So I purchased this set last summer, I believe, in 2022, and I was saving it for February, Black History Month, and I've yet to hit record. And honestly, have you had something for a very long time, waiting for a special occasion to actually do it, and then you just want to be able to share it, but just can't? So yeah, just like the Black Panther set last year from Brickmania, I kind of dropped the ball in trying to review this set on time for the month. Although yes, Black History Month is just a month and it should be technically 365 days a year, I just for some reason didn't have the stamina or energy to be able to review this set. Nothing against it whatsoever, I just felt demotivated in reviewing in general. And look, there's already a P-51D Mustang from a different fighter group that I reviewed last year. So if you really want to look at the specs behind this exact plane, you can just watch that video. The only difference is between that fighter group and this one is at the 332nd or the Tuskegee Airmen. And if you're not familiar with them, there's two great historical fiction movies that you can pop in and watch if you don't actually want to do the research. The Tuskegee Airmen starring Lawrence Fishburne, and more, I guess not necessarily recently, that's a decade ago now, 2012's The Red Tails. Both great movies depicting the Tuskegee Airmen, their trials and tribulations being black and in the military, something that I can relate to, but not to that extent, not even close. But my ancestors and my family, for sure. And with that said, the 332nd Fighter Group I looked up to since I was little. And I guess all in all, with my own family struggle through the military in their own experience, not necessarily resonating with me because I, for one, don't look like the rest of my family. Like, I don't look black, I look like my mother, so I'm not one to actually feel what being black is because I don't look black even though I am. All right, with that out of the way, let's lighten it up again because I feel like I could kind of change this up to where it motivates me to actually go through with this video. Not to say that I'm not going to talk about the Tuskegee Airmen throughout this whole thing. A lot of my newer audience has found me through other means, not necessarily through my military Lego videos, but since I've recently tried to move away from having to review every minifigure and military build from these awesome third-party Lego companies, and that's actual Lego brick companies, not like Kobe or anything like that, I've gained an audience that has nothing to do with it. So I guess the question is this: why do I spend a lot of money on third-party Lego military sets and minifigures? Which is also the reason why I've also held back. I kind of want to do some other things with the money that I've allotted for my Lego budget. And for a lot of you longtime viewers who have been watching my content for quite some time, you might have noticed a shift in where I don't do a lot of content based on the military and minifigure builds anymore. It's just a lot to do. And it's not to say I don't love it, I do, but I've kind of refrained myself from buying every single thing that I think I want to just getting things that I truly want. And since I'm also not enjoying making review content, it's kind of hit a standstill. And so for all the people that don't really understand this third-party Lego side, their prices are really impacted by what you can buy on Brickmania, meaning the cost of producing one Lego piece manufactured in a Lego factory is like 0.00000 something in comparison to what Brick Veteran, Brickmania, and all these other third-party Lego companies have to purchase on Bricklinks, which Lego also benefits from because Lego owns Bricklink. So technically Lego is making these third-party Lego military sets. So these companies have to pay for the brick, but they also have to pay for the cost that it makes to have a business, which a lot of people forget. Like, these sets aren't made in the garage of most places. Like, Brickmania has an overhead staff of a lot of people and multiple stores to pay for with staff included. That also includes rent, lights, gas, insurance, taxes, and all these other people who work amongst the team that a lot of people don't see. So there's manufacturing costs, there's raw goods costs, which look, Lego took a hit, seriously took a hit on raw material and manufacturing costs that for some reason is not being highlighted in the 2022 financial packet that they recently released. Check out Jay's Brick Blog, he has a link to the actual report, which if you scroll all the way down, yes, Lego's making a lot of money, they sold a lot of sets, manufacturing costs kind of eat up a lot of that. Side note, I think Lego's prices are going to go up soon. I completely went the other way what I was going to talk about. I'm just saying these third-party Lego companies have a lot to pay for, especially if they're doing printing, custom printing. These machines also cost a lot of money, like tens of thousands of dollars to actually make. So they got to pay for that somehow. Give them some slack, and this is the reason why it costs so much. Lego doesn't do Lego military except when they do Indiana Jones and the Osprey and all these like 3-in-1 creators and like one-off minifigures. Lego doesn't make modern military in the way I feel like they should, which is like fantasy military. They should do that at least. I mean, it's not actual military of a uniform of any country, but it could be a fictitious country versus aliens. So it's not easy to make these things that I, like myself, who is a veteran and would love to have something of nostalgia that Lego would never make. I mean, they stated it right here.
Everything after World War One, like, because we had the planes, we had the World War One planes at some point, and they have been warplanes, but you not have seen any tanks or any World War II stuff and beyond.
Even though they're kind of broken that rule so many times. But Lego won't make this. And for me, I never thought in my life as a Lego fan that I would ever see a Tuskegee Airman in Lego form. So yeah, for the couple years that I've been doing Lego YouTube, with the military side being the main part of it, it's kind of hit a point where like I just don't know what to do. I'm still gonna probably do them, but this set right here has like stopped me from moving forward for some reason. I don't know why. It's a Brick Veteran set, and if you're not familiar with Brick Veteran, they're another third-party Lego company, I think at the highest tier of quality and building experience and like what you're getting. If you really want to know what I mean by that, check out the number of Brick Veteran reviews that I've done with any of their military models. They do a great job. They are very, very pricey, like super pricey. Like just by holding my 3 F-18s that I currently have from Brick Veteran, it's a serious flex because each one's like a G. But I love the F-18 Hornet, and this is my only opportunity of doing it without having to mock it myself, because who has that type of time? But like Brick Veteran and Brickmania and so many other custom Lego military companies out there who offer their instructions for about $10 to like $20 a piece, and with today's sponsor, SHYTIMEismyTIME, is offering something different. Now, if you want to assemble custom military models from World War II to modern age to include city service vehicles as well, you should know about SHYTIMEismyTIME service. From them, you can get a batch of instructions of many of their military builds for the price of one instruction from many of the other companies. So SHYTIMEismyTIME is pretty much offering a subscription service for like a low price once a month. And in fact, you can collect all the instructions and then just cancel at like any time. That's actually pretty good. And to those who actually stick around for 3 months or more, they will make a model design for your order as a gift. And they also provide parts lists, so you're not like scourging through Bricklane to get all the pieces that you would need. You can easily assemble dozens of models, and they'll be cheaper, way cheaper than buying the actual kit. Now, to learn more about the services, click on the link below, and you can also check out the video that I did with SHYTIMEismyTIME like a long time ago. Genuine Lego, great build. But you could also follow them on Instagram and then link to their Patreon page where you will find all these instructions. All right, back to it. And to include my love for custom minifigures from Citizen Brick, Eclipse, K-Town, there's so many out there that Lego would never make, and so much to support, and they cost so much more than a simple minifigure. Like one Black Falcon cost me like $4. One Brickmania minifigure, about $30. One medieval 3-in-1 castle at about $100, or even the BTS set at $100. 4 or 5 of those will get you this P-51D Mustang. I'm not trying to bash Brick Veteran or Brickmania. I'm actually in full support of what they do, and I hope they continue. Look, Brickmania even made me as a minifigure. And that is why I spend a lot of money on these. I love Lego. And I know Lego would never make military Lego sets. It's just what it is. Things like Brick Veteran and what Brickmania make hits nostalgia all over the place. Look at the US version of Lego Masters. There's like, they're literally portraying job roles. And I'm not trying to argue with Lego with their whole stance on the military. I get it. 2 different types of cultures, being us being the US and them being Danish. They've been through 2 world wars in their home turf. But anyways, I am willing to spend thousands of dollars on these sets and minifigures where I could have just been buying it from them. And honestly, I don't know if I want Lego to make military. I just want them to acknowledge it more so than they already do, and or continue to support companies like Brickmania, Brick Veteran, maybe even hook them up a little bit on their bricks, so that way their pricing goes down a lot. I don't know, that'll probably start a lot of controversy too. I mean, look what happened to the Osprey, right? Look, I'm just saying. So for those of you who have stuck with me from the very beginning, where I actually dove heavily deep into the history of these actual military vehicles and units, and literally the people behind who inspire the exact units of these minifigures that I collect, I thank you. And I'm gonna continue to do so. But for everyone else who doesn't really give a crap, I hope I'm able to entertain you enough to stick around and watch one of them. So in this case, the 332nd Fighter Group, Tuskegee Airmen, all black fighter group during World War II, during segregation of the military, who have literally gone above and beyond and being one of the most trusted and deadliest fighter groups out there to protect our bombers during the European theater. This plane is that, who have done so much more for my family, for yours, anyone out here, both of color and or not. The military would not be what it is today without the Tuskegee Airmen and units like that. I literally had a bunch of notes like in front of me to go over, and bullet points and somewhat of a script, and I totally went off of it. Look, This P-51D Mustang is a beautiful set. The color scheme fits the exact replica of the red tails themselves, all custom printed. There are no stickers with this thing. The name of the plane is the Duchess Arlene, flown by Lieutenant Robert Williams, who was not necessarily portrayed in the movie The Tuskegee Airmen, but heavily influenced Lawrence's character Hannibal in the movie. And honestly, who just doesn't like a P-51D Mustang? Come on, it was in Maverick.